Good morning. It is Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. And we're awake. Like barely, but like we're here. It was rough getting up. It was really rough. I had to go to the
has ended. The winner could be any day.
I mean, same.
Yeah.
At some point I remember I woke up to go to the bathroom, and like it was one of those where sometimes you wake up and you have to go to the bathroom, and it's very much like I have to go to the bathroom and get up. And other times you're so tired that you enter into this conscious state between sleep and awake, and you're just kind of riding that line, and you don't even know that you're like awake. And then at some point you're like, wait a minute, I'm awake and I have to pee. That's why I'm not falling back asleep. And that was me last night.
I see.
So I'm just like riding this line of like, you don't know you're doing it. And then suddenly you're just kind of like, wait a minute. I'm not asleep, and it's not going to happen because my bladder feels like it's going to explode. And I hate that feeling. We call that the piss zone. I don't. Piss zone is something much worse. Yeah, don't pee in your dreams. I mean, that's the thing though. You can't stop that. Like if you're dreaming, you know. Anyway, y'all good? Is everyone good? Hopefully. It's been an interesting morning, but we're here, so we're gonna read some alerts and talk about some things. I felt like there was something notable that we were going to mention this morning, and now I'm having a hard time remembering what it was.
Was there?
And that's the worst part, is that then I'm questioning, was there, or am I like, did I have a dream? I did have a dream last night, and it was kind of a weird one. So, no, that should have been the news. Maybe that's why I'm confused, is that my plan had been today's big news was going to be the vlog, and then at the last minute, I had to be like, oh wait, because I had to make a change to it. So there was going to be a vlog today, and then I was like, ah, crap, I forgot something. And then by the time I was trying to export it, I was also exporting Yote. And if the computer is exporting Yote,
It can't do anything else.
yeah, like I was trying to export from both DaVinci and Final Cut at the same time. Because normally Final Cut's like, oh, I got this, dog. It'll take like a few minutes. But if I'm already exporting from DaVinci, Final Cut's like, ah! And it was there, and as soon as I realized that, I was like, I'm going to bed. This is not going to happen tonight.
Oh, that's why you were like, I need to press a button. And then you were like, never mind.
Yep. Because I went in there and I was going to upload the vlog, and instead the Final Cut was like at 5% exported. And I was like, what? It's been an hour. And then I was like, oh, it's because Resolve is using all of the system resources. Anyway, let's read some alerts. We got 59 months from Genesis, 40 from Haste the Day, 72 from Galactic Ambition. That's a 6. Slick says you could re-announce birthday streamaganza. I do need to continue talking about it. March 20th, 21st, 22nd, birthday streamaganza. with me and Chaz and others, I'm sure.
I'll be there for some of it.
I'm sure, yeah. So, it'll be great. There will be games.
After the week I'll have had, I'll want a bike ride for sure, at least one day.
We got 73 months from Layla 3, 62 from Ashlina. 300 bits of aggregated molecules that says the eggnog has expired. Coffee. Probably going to change the cups here in the near future. Remind me today at 1300 hours to
consider changing the cups.
Consider changing the cups.
Okay, I added.
We've done it. It's happening. We had 84 months from Marty Griff. That's a 7. 49 months from Sam Stargazer. 100 bits from Doan 2300. 16 months from Please the Cheese. And 44 months from Etrian Persona. Thank you. And also the poll that ran, I don't think I said it out loud with my mouth. When do you usually do laundry? 62% of you said could be any day, 26% said over the weekend, and 11% said a specific weekday. Yeah, largely my days are all the same for the most part, so I tend to do them just kind of whenever. Please the Cheese says, I do it when the pile gets too large. Yeah, basically. Genesis says I do laundry when I run out of pants. Same. That's the big one, is the pants. I have 3 main pairs of pants. As previously established, they are all jeans. And then I have, like, other jeans. Because I still have a few other jeans that, like, really aren't good. They're not good. They don't fit me well. So if I run out of my jeans, I can have something to wear on my body while I do laundry, but it's not
Your favorite.
It's bad usually. So I'm like, you know, I'm doing my best, but it gives me an incentive to, they're not public jeans. Kinda. Why do you still own the bad jeans? Because you gotta own something, because otherwise you'd be like, oh wait, I can't wear these. You gotta like...
I do laundry when I realize my basket is full.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good time to do it.
Yeah.
That's you know, the general consensus. 30 bits from I Spy Moose. It says, good morning, grandparents and chat. I hope your week is going well so far. Yote last night and stream this morning have been highlights of my week currently. I'd appreciate if anyone has good vibes to share, as Rosalie was admitted to the PICU last night. Her reflux is so bad she's not keeping anything down, and if she isn't eating, she's screaming. I just want my girl to be okay.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. I had read about some of the experiences that you were having in Discord, and my first thought was like, my heart going out to you and thinking that poor mother, because everything surrounding Rosalie has been a journey, and I know that you're still on this journey, but it doesn't take away from the fact that the whole thing has been a journey. So you're on our minds, and good vibes. Good vibes. I know it must be incredibly difficult to have to go back also to the hospital whenever you were so excited to like bring her home from there. But at the same time, if she's having any sort of issues, that is also going to be the place she can get the most help. So everyone will wish good vibes, and also take a rest too. I know that it must be difficult to do that when you are away, but I also know how hard it can be, not just on parents of newborns anyway, but especially with what you've been through. So try and use it as an opportunity to just rest. Yeah. I really wish I could remember what it was I was going to talk about today. I felt so certain that I was like, I'm going to talk about this. And then my brain's like, no
Cold
idea.
outside.
Baby, it's cold outside. It is cold outside. It was starting to get, the humidity in this room had settled.
Uh-huh.
And now it's a little, again,
We did not get any snow,
thankfully.
but it did drop below freezing last night.
The Northeast got slam bam thank you ma'ammed. Like, holy cow.
Western North Carolina got snow.
Did they? Mm-hmm. Now, those folks live over yonder.
They do live over yonder.
We don't live over yonder, so that'll do it.
Saw photos from a handful of you in Discord.
Yeah.
Noah sent me a photo after he shoveled, and it looked like powdered sugar. Like the way powdered sugar sits in a bowl. Like, it looked just like that.
We live under yonder. We live to the east of yonder, I think.
East of yonder?
East of yonder. Vagabond asked what flavor was the ice cream. So last night, while people were very, very cold, dealing with all of the snow, we had ice cream. Because we bought ice cream the other day with the idea of, like...
Having it? Eating it?
As most people
I know, I was going to say,
purchase ice
most
cream
people
for.
do.
Yeah, Mal had you had really wanted ice cream.
Uh-huh.
And you went to the store.
That was Tuesday.
And you were
Yeah.
like, you had asked me, you said, what flavor do you want? And I gave the most Stephen George answer ever, which was, what's on sale? And what's the company? Ben & Jerry's? Ben & Jerry's was on sale. And I was like, okay. So I pulled up the website and I got chocolate
Brownie?
fudge brownie, I
Yeah.
think. It's just like chocolate, but with chocolate brownies in it. Because I don't really like anything in my ice cream that I have to like really chew. And brownies, that'll work. I'm okay. That's enough that I can tongue the brownie to death. What did you get?
Cookie dough. Normally I get Cherry Garcia.
Yeah, my teeth have always been very sensitive to cold, so like biting in ice cream is really difficult. So if I get something in the ice cream, I need to be able to like deal with it without chewing it, if I can help it. The other alternative is that, and maybe this might resonate with some of you, if I have stuff that's in the ice cream, I have to like let it sit in my mouth and like get rid of the ice cream. Like I have to suck down the ice, swallow the ice cream, but then leave whatever the thing is, and then eat that separately. I was like, last word. No? Okay, well, might just be me. Because the other one I like is there's some that have like little tiny peanut butter cups in them. They're
I
not
like when they have the little raspberry cups.
or those even.
Huh?
And like
A poll has begun. Are you like that too?
that's fine, but I have to like, if I get a scoop of ice cream and one of those is in it, I have to, in my mouth, kind of like swallow the ice cream, and then I have the little thing left, and then I eat it separate. Midnight Lucy says, no, that's valid. M&M's and ice cream is chewed separately. It's basically that. Yeah. MCL says, I understand. I get very uncomfortable with non-homogeneous consistency in my food. And it's not about the consistency. It's just, I can't chew cold. So, that's entirely the thing. If ice cream was served hot, which seems difficult, then that would be fine. But that's the problem.
I'm just remembering when you microwaved salsa and just picturing you being like, no, but I want my ice cream hot.
Listen, sometimes your brain short circuits. That was a time when my brain short circuited. Everyone gets that. Everyone microwaves salsa from time to time because they're convinced that they have always had it microwaved.
And then they microwave it and they go, no.
And then immediately they're like, something is wrong.
Who did this?
I remember that night. I remember that happening. We were in the apartment. And I guess we just hadn't had salsa in forever. It's probably like the first time in our marriage that we had ever bought salsa. Because we hadn't even been married. But like maybe 2 years or something.
And you were like, this is how I have salsa. This is how I've always had salsa.
I was convinced that that's what I did, is that I had salsa microwaved.
The poll has ended. The winner is no.
No? But 32% said yeah. So like a third of people here are like, yeah, I get it. I sort of get it. Anyway, yeah, I microwaved the salsa. And then...
And I was like, what are you doing? And you were like, no, this is how I do it. This is how I've always done it.
This is how I've always done it. I don't like the salsa cold. If it's not room temp, then it's got to be heated or something because it's chilled in the fridge and it's too cold. And then I took a bite with one chip and immediately... Because like my brain had been convinced of something. And when it got to my mouth receptors sent the signal to my brain that was like, false. What is this? Never had this before. And then I was like, oh crap, I don't do this. This is not something I do or have ever done. Oops. Star Jetty, do you think this is a past life sort of thing? No, I think my brain just sometimes gaslights itself.
The poll has begun. Have you microwaved salsa before?
See, no? Like, thankfully, these sorts of issues don't happen often. Do you want to tell them about how your morning went the other morning?
Oh, I was like...
But that's the same thing. That's like you're not quite awake, or it was like when I microwaved the metal mug, you know?
Yeah,
like,
but I wasn't convinced I was doing it correctly. I had been not feeling great, and I was like, I'm gonna make myself this mango... How did people tell me it was pronounced last night? Lassi?
Lassi.
And I, like, put the milk in the fridge without the cap on, and I hit it, and it spilled everywhere.
Yeah.
What else did I do?
Well, you said first you got a cup, and it was the wrong cup.
Oh, yeah.
Then you had to transfer it to a different cup.
I got a different cup because I was like, oh, this will be good. It's insulated. It'll be warmer to hold. And then it didn't fit. So then I had to pour it all in a different cup and then make it in a different cup.
Yeah. And then there was something else before the milk also, but I don't remember what the other thing was.
Yeah, but that's different than... I eat salsa hot.
We're in the same zone. It's the same zone. It's the same bad brain zone where occasionally your brain goes zip and it's expecting a zip, but your brain is like zap. And that's what happens.
The poll has ended. The winner is no.
Similar zone, which is Act 1. Those were the best TikToks I ever made.
It is one of my favorite TikToks.
I did a few with Sonic music. Anyway. We got 41 months from Tenderkraut. The subby, tier 3, was from Spinach Wrap at 82 months. Appreciate it. Thank you. 26 months from Pudsey. 300 Bits of Shy says, yesterday my niece was over and we thought she had a fever. Our old thermometer wasn't working, and when I opened it, I of course had to lick the 9-volt battery to see if it had juice. It didn't. It's just how you check. It's how you check.
We have a tester.
We do now. When I was growing up, we didn't have no tester. I don't even know if testers were real at the time. Maybe they were.
Didn't you have those double A's where you could press it and it would light up?
Yeah, for like 2 or 3 years in the late 90s, early 2000s, something like that. Yeah, we had those. And then they stopped doing them. Which is fine. I mean, I don't know.
There's a good technology connections video on those.
Yeah, we watched that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that, in my opinion, that those were very useful. Because, like, for me, a AA battery specifically is going into a device that's, like, it's getting used.
Yeah.
You know? Like, for most of my life, if a AA battery went into something, it's not coming out till it's dead. I'm not, like, swapping batteries a lot. But that's also probably because I had a Game Boy. So, I grew up in the era of Game Boy, and that probably affected it. Have you microwaved salsa? 9.7% did say yes, they have. Whether or not it was a mistake it remains to be seen. 300 Bits from Jet says, the only time I microwave salsa, I added queso, Velveeta, or something else to it. Never just making salsa hot. It may come as no surprise to folks now that I, like, really, really don't want hot salsa.
You didn't want it after the first
No,
chip.
I didn't. But, like, that's something that I've remembered really well. Because sometimes you make a mistake and then you'll make that mistake again at some point. But some things, like, you learn from the mistake really well. And I think that that's one I've learned really well. That and microwaving the mug. Don't...
The metal mug.
Yeah, yeah. I was asleep. Asleep. Was hot salsa vlogged?
No.
I feel like it wasn't. It was in the era that things were filmed.
Yeah.
Because we were married. But I don't know that one was, because it wasn't like an event, you know. It wasn't like
we're gonna have salsa. It was just
like in the middle of the night, like, let's have some. No, sorry, not in the middle of the night, but, like, you know what I mean. We stayed up late. Yeah.
Remember when Steven made a jar of taco seasoning? That was fun. We're out of that taco seasoning. And once we finish our Costco taco seasoning, which we bought after that, then I need him to make me another giant jar of taco seasoning.
I think that was the other thing that you did.
What?
When you were making your lassi.
Oh, this cardamom, yeah. I was putting cardamom in, and I misread the recipe, the sugar ingredient as the cardamom. So I put a tablespoon of cardamom in the cup. And then I went, nope, that's supposed to be sugar.
Sometimes your brain not good. And that's just part of the brain. That's just how it goes sometimes. It happens to everyone.
I've been sick all week.
Yeah, well, it happens to me when I'm not sick.
Yeah.
I've never woken up at midnight just to eat salsa. I usually don't eat. Like, in the middle of the night, I mean. That's usually not something that happens.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can admit that you were half asleep for the metal mug. Yeah, that one for sure.
So, yeah, sometimes the autopilot glitches. That is really what it is. is your brain is running a process in the background that you've done many, many times before, and like a wire just gets crossed. Which is why people can pour themselves some cereal, and then they go sit down to eat it, and then they look up and they think, I definitely put the milk in the pantry, and I definitely put the cereal in the fridge, and then they have to fix it. Or they don't catch it, and then their spouse does.
There was someone on the Costco subreddit that had the carton of like oat milk next to the carton of like chicken stock in their fridge.
I mean, it happens. Oh wow, Radio Dread says, my friend once put her milk in the pantry and her phone in the fridge. Wait. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's, the problem is, the autopilot, like, that can happen to anything. Mm-hmm. And depending on, like, what it happens to, like, greatly increases the risk of, like, death. Because if your autopilot screws up doing something that's more dangerous than making cereal, that's bad.
Renee says, I put milk in the pantry when I was pregnant, so I blame Maddie. Still.
You made me do this.
Because if she doesn't know that story, I think you could have a really funny joke tonight.
Intelligent one. Dang, I put the fork in the outlet instead of the sink. Like, if you're operating a forklift, and then something.
When I was little, I had taken my parents' car keys and was playing car. And I put pillows in a square, and then I sat in the center of them, and it was like a car, and I had the car keys, and there was an outlet there.
Bet you started that car once.
I sure did. I remember crying and being carried to my bedroom.
Tenda says, I once swapped sunscreen with toothpaste. Yeah, I ate sunscreen that day. It's just a thing that you can do. I think especially prevalent if you're doing something that's a repetitive, habitual thing. Mm-hmm. And brushing your teeth is a huge one, because it's like, okay, this is something you're going to do every single day, and you have it there, and if, God forbid, that where it is gets swapped with something else. I've done it in the shower a lot.
Like face wash?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something that's supposed to go on the face will go on my hair, or vice versa. And it's just like, I'm not thinking. Or I'll have already washed my hair, and then I'll be like, time to wash my hair. And then I'm like starting, and I'm like, oh.
Why does the conditioner and the shampoo look so close? One of mine is like upside down and the other's right side up.
Same.
Like that's how...
Same.
Is it Dove that I use makes it?
Yeah, I use a different company and they do that too.
And then sometimes I flip the other one upside down so it can like drain to the bottom, and then they look the same. And then it's like, conditioner, shoot, I needed shampoo.
I'm gonna be honest, if I was responsible for producing shampoo and conditioner, one would be one color with a giant S, and the other would be another color with a giant C.
I have
that would
clear, like they're frosted actually, little tiny bottles. They're Nalgene bottles. They're tiny Nalgene bottles for travel. And the shampoo is such a different color outside of like its normal container, because it's light blue, like clear blue, and the conditioner is like white, pearly. So like in those clear containers, I can see it really easy, and I don't even have to label them when I travel. But at home, I get it confused more often than not.
Porto Boat says, you can put it in another bottle, right? Yeah, but I don't. That's an event. Like for me to like have a special bottle that when I get a bottle, I have to then open it and pour it into this other bottle. I would rather just once a bottle put shampoo on my face. I'd rather just do that and be like, ah, crap, they got me again. I'd rather that happen once instead of me have to, like, to do the thing. I almost... instead of... Yeah.
I have a different shampoo I use sometimes. That I got at Costco, and the pump doesn't work. I could never get it unlocked. Because, you can, like, lock them.
Yeah.
When I bought it, I could never unlock it. It just wouldn't come undone. So whenever I need to use that shampoo, I have to unscrew it and then, like, tap the straw on my hand till I get some, and then I can, like, use it.
And, like, it's fine. It's fine. if I could redesign those things out of the factory, like, I would. It is bizarre. I guess the reason that one's right side up and one's upside down is to try and help your brain in the shower. Like,
well, also, like, I feel like conditioner doesn't flow as well.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Maybe buy a different brand then? No.
We all know Stephen is not going to be spending a ton of money.
What?
He's going to pick whatever works that makes the most sense price-wise.
Well, in addition to some level of frugalness, let's call it frugality. The other part of it is that, like, you have to find something that, like, works, right?
Yeah.
I talked about this on whose stream was it? Josh's or something? We were talking about deodorant. And, like, my body is very sensitive.
Yeah, you do have to find a special deodorant.
And I don't know if shampoo would be, I don't think I'm gonna, like, bleed out my scalp if I use the wrong shampoo. But, like, I have, when I was younger, finding a deodorant, like, when I started needing deodorant, when you're, like, in middle school and everyone's like, okay, you have to start wearing deodorant because the entire 6th grade smells. Finding a deodorant was hard because I'm apparently very sensitive. And
I felt like you had found one that you used for a long time.
I did.
And then
Something happened.
I want
to
say
changed.
somewhere, like, right after we got married, you were having trouble again. So you had to find some other kind.
Yeah, and when I had to try a few different things before I found something that worked, and I think the thing that had worked for a while was Brute, which is like B-R-U-T. And then at some point...
Champagne?
No. And then at some point they changed their...
formula?
I guess.
Yeah.
And my arms started, like, having bad. And, like, when I say bad, I mean, like, very bad. Like, my armpits bled. That's how bad it was. And I obviously, like, once that starts, I'm not still using it. But that's kind of like the reactions I was having. So, yeah, it's not good. So that's why I had to, like, then find other things. Swift said, did it have aluminum in it? I
don't know if that was the problem, because I feel like you tried a non-aluminum kind and you still had problems.
I think I still had problems, although aluminum probably didn't help. The one that I've been using now successfully for a decade is Arm & Hammer.
A specific Arm & Hammer.
Yeah, a very specific Arm & Hammer. It's like Arm & Hammer ain't got nothing in it. Unscented, or organic, fresh from the mountain, whatever. And it's a very, very, like, specific type of it.
Yeah.
And I just order it, like, once every year or two.
In bulk.
Yeah. And I've been okay with that. So, baking soda for your armpits. Kinda, I guess. Yeah. So, it sucks to be that guy.
Yeah.
It's weird because, like, my skin in general, I feel like doesn't get irritated very easily. Because before I had the electric shaver and I had just the straight razor, I would, like, use a disposable razor forever, and I could shave dry
with the cheapest plastic razor there was. Yeah.
And, like, I would tell people that, and I could see them physically cringe And, like, I never got irritation on my face or anything.
You didn't cut yourself?
I never cut myself. I was just totally fine. And...
Deodorant, though.
But the deodorant would just, like, now you bleed. And I'm like, all right, so...
See, I have, like, 4 or 5 different deodorants based on what I need. Like, I have a fancy one for, like, formal that isn't going to get, like, on a dress. But it's too expensive to use every day. And then I have one that doesn't leave marks. And then I have a men's deodorant. What is it? It's like the ocean version of Old Spice.
For, like, working,
and I use that for working out because,
okay.
like, it actually does stuff because it has an antiperspirant and a deodorant in it.
Okay.
So if I'm going on a bike ride, I'll put that on.
It would take me 3 lifetimes to find 3 deodorants that worked for me, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick with the one. Yeah. Doan says Sensodyne toothbrushes aren't strong enough to endure my wild brushing, though, so I use bamboo toothbrushes. That's another problem that I have had. Is exposing the roots and the nerves in my teeth. And they're like, bud, you brush too hard. And I was like, I'm sorry.
The electric toothbrushes help too.
Yeah.
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 Radio Dread says men's products actually work. Women's products are just there to be pretty and expensive and pink. Yeah. The pink tax.
Yeah. And like women's pants don't have real pockets.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
When skinny jeans were popular, I started buying men's skinny jeans because they had pockets.
You gotta put stuff in your pants.
Yeah. No, they gotta sell you a purse. That's what it is. Yeah.
Don't buy the purse.
I mean, you
can
carry so many things when you have the purse.
I mean, it's true. But you could also be Baggin' Saggin' Berry and have big old cargo pants, and then you can carry everything.
When I do carry a bag, it is funny to me if we're somewhere with all of our guy friends and they're like, you got Tylenol? And I'm like, of course I do.
I mean, I'm not going to say that having...
Do you have tissues? Of course.
Yeah, it's not that having a purse or a backpack or a fanny pack or any sort of like things more than pockets is useless. Mm-hmm. But I do find that the amount of times that I genuinely like need something from that is very small. It's very, very tiny. So I appreciate it when you have it.
Yeah.
But it's like not terribly often. I keep a little thing of Tylenol in the car in case I need that. And then if I need to blow my nose, I find toilet paper. Generally. Tenda says, I need a bag because I am high maintenance. I mean, if I had grown up like carrying a bag all the time, I'd probably love it because then I would just get used to having you know, stuff with me. When I was a kid, the big thing was I wanted my pants to be able to hold my Game Boy because the original Game Boy's big, and I remember that was such a trial, especially because I was like young, so my pants weren't big because they were children's pants. And I would like take the Game Boy and like have to like cram it into the pocket, and the pocket would be like flared out. There'd be no question about what's in my pocket. Maybe the top is like sticking out. Then I got older and the pants got bigger and it could hold.
Then you had to
the
carry
DS.
a Discman and fit your CD player in your pocket.
I didn't do a whole lot of that. I always had a video game with me. I didn't really have music. Same brain cell. Look at that. Slick Duke Renee back to back. Amazing.
I go back and forth on what size bag I carry. Right now I carry small bag. Mm-hmm. And I've carried small bag for 3 years.
Yeah. Certainly size of the bag, like, matters. That's why Gene Co was invented. Oh, dear God. Portable charger, multi-tool charging cables, aux cables, mints, masks, pain relievers, tampons, contraceptives, lip balm, hand sanitizer, lipstick, and perfume if I'm wearing it, I plan to add tissues, a stain stick, and more. Yeah, like, if I got used to the idea of having stuff,
Yeah.
then I'm sure I would appreciate having that. But since I never did, I just make sure whatever I need is in my wallet. Was that the hardware store lyrics? This is good. Forgot the lockpicks, notepad, pens, pencils, and Sharpies. I do occasionally, it's so rare. It's like once a year. But occasionally I do wish I had a pen.
Normally I have a pen.
But normally you have a pen, and I keep a pen in the car.
You know what I dislike? When I'm biking and I don't have places to put things.
I can see
Like,
that being a problem.
So much of my bike gear has pockets. Like, my bibs have pockets. Like, they have thigh pockets. But they also have pockets on the suspenders on my lower back.
Yeah.
Like, because you have suspenders on bibs. And then your jersey almost always has pockets. So, like, there's so many pockets. And then I have, like, a bike pocket that has my flat kit in it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like, oh, well, I have my phone and I have my keys and I need a wallet. But then, like, I need other stuff like snacks and electrolyte powder and all this other stuff, and I don't have enough space. And then I see people sometimes on bike rides in my group will wear jeans on the bike ride, which is wild to wear jeans on a bike ride, especially with how fast we go. And then they'll take their phone and put it in their butt pocket, and their phone is sticking halfway out of their jean pocket, and they're on a bicycle.
I have a lot, honestly.
Most of the people who do that are fixie riders.
The just in general, I have an immense amount of secondhand anxiety from people that put their phones in their back pockets.
I know.
It's clear a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of people here that do it. I'm not like, it's not driving me insane like I'm mad. I'm just like, anytime I see it, I'm just like, ah, because I just think, what do you do when you sit? And these people sit.
Yeah. And
They
their
just
phone's
sit
hanging
on it.
halfway out of a pocket, horizontal to the road. On my last bike ride,
I can feel my heart.
on my
you
last bike
put your
ride,
phone
purple
in your
bike
back
friend rode up
pocket?
next to me, and he's like, "Hey Mal," and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You see so and so up there?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Look at their phone." He's like, "It's scary," and I'm like, "I don't know how they do it," and I was like, "Why is it all fixie riders too?"
Request says, it's the only pocket that fits in. I mean,
It doesn't fit in that pocket. It's halfway out of that pocket.
I guess it depends on your pants, right? It depends exactly what the cut of your pants and the deepness of your pockets. There's been, regardless of whether it's all the way in or out, I have just seen people sit. Like, I see someone come into a restaurant, the phone is in their back pocket, and then they just sit. And I'm just like, I don't know how it doesn't break. I guess just like phone good now, but I can't do it. I'm from a different time, a time where I don't trust phone, and couldn't. In fact, when I put my phone in my pocket, and maybe some people don't even think about this, screen always faces me every time. Screen never faces out. Screen only faces me. With the idea being that, if I bump up against something or hit something, that I'm not shattering the screen. Screen to thigh. Yes. Every single time. And ideally, unless I like screw something up, the top of the phone is at the top of the pocket. So I pull it out and it's, the same. Anyway. It's fine. Do we run the poll? Oh, it's almost done. I'm very curious about the results of this poll. Also, 61 months from Frost Spirit.
The poll has ended. The winner is no.
And like, that's fine. I assumed the winner would be no, but that there is 21% of people here, so 1 in 5, put their phone in their back pocket. And they know something I don't, you know.
I mean, I'll tuck it in a back pocket temporarily.
Temporarily.
To put it somewhere because the front pocket sucks anyway.
Jira says, I'm with you, although I do the top of the phone down.
Yeah, I do tap a phone down too.
Yeah, I can see the mentality of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you pull it out so it's right side up when you pull it out. But I don't pull it out that way. I pull it out this way. Although usually I use my left hand, actually, which I don't know. This is one of those things that if you think about too much, then your brain starts to be like, wait, how do I do this? You have to just like answer with your gut and then, you know, go from there. Otherwise, you'll just question it forever. Porter Weird says, upside down keeps lint out of the charge port. I guess so. I've never really had a problem with that, but... Oh, God. Apologize to people sitting. Yes, our famous sitting apology duet song.
Please don't sit.
With your phone.
I'm sorry.
If you're alone. In thinking this is true.
So sorry.
To you. You can do whatever you want, but try not to break your phone. That was great.
I'm so tired.
That was great. That was great. It's like, dude, was this an apology? Swift, thank you for apologizing for me being alone. Mel said sorry like twice. Morning songs are always, I think, our best songs. Always. The closer they are to 9,
Yeah.
the worse they are.
Uh-huh.
This one we're getting closer to 10, so it's like a little bit better. A little bit. Yeah, Mal, you didn't even say the word grape.
Really, we should be celebrating.
I mean, yeah, but you still skipped line 3, so...
You only get one.
Thanks. This 5,000 bits of gold lining says, apologize to people sitting. And again, like, people can certainly do, you know, whatever they want. It's just...
Coffee!
I am always confused about how they don't break their phones. Oh, good. Sometimes you need to decide how you want to pull out. Right side in or inside out. How do you pull out? You have to decide. Charging port below, charging port above. It's up to you. Make the decision for your hands, depending on if your hands are straight or if they're crooked.
A poll has begun.
I don't understand.
How do you find?
We rhymed out, without, and out. My hands are gay. Oh my God. That reminds me of something that no one will get. It's so sad. Called Star of the Morning. Do you remember a long time ago, there was like a fun fest on starman.net.
Yeah, I do.
And someone submitted the video, and like it was earnest.
Yes.
And I respect the earnestness of this kid, who dressed up in costume and then looked down and said, "Why is my hand a gun?"
The poll has ended.
Anyway.
The winner is hashtag scream to thigh.
Anyway, 6,000 bits from Gold Lining, who just wrote, pulling out. 300 bits from Jet Jet says, I've said it before and I will say it again. Handkerchiefs, they're amazing. A reusable tissue that you can wash after 1 to 2 days. It's so much nicer than a tissue. I just can't. It's, and I don't know if maybe other people are just less gross than me. Maybe that's it. But when I blow my nose, it's everything. I can't do, because I would ruin a handkerchief in the first blow. That's just my physiology. And then I would have to like put that somewhere. So it could, yeah, one blow, George. That's what they call me. I don't know if I was ready for the stage of friendship. Yeah, so I can't do that. So I gotta be tissue man, and I don't carry tissues on me. So typically I'm going into a bathroom and I'm usually hoping for just the towels, like a paper towel, because then you don't have to go into a stall. And I don't love going into a bathroom and there's people in there, and then like I walk into a stall like a little rodent, like, then I go back into the main area and blow my nose.
Why don't you blow your nose in the stall?
Because I don't want to take up the stall. Especially like you get in there and like the other stalls are they're in use. So I'm in like the handicap stall getting the thing. So my worst nightmare ever, I think, would be to walk out of a handicap stall and there's someone in a wheelchair waiting. That would be, I would never recover from that. That would be permanent psychic damage. So I go in, I get what I need, and then I walk out. Intelligent one, I get you. Yes. That's... How long does it take you to blow your nose? I mean, it's an event. I don't... Who knows? I don't know. Let's not worry about it.
Make your cabbage more special with Tiny Eddie's sauce frosted cucumber nibbles.
Finally, some special cabbage. That's a bit from Aggregate the Molecules. It says that song deserves whatever snack this is. What do we have, Eddie? Sauce frosted cucumber nibbles.
It's like cat dry food. Little crunchies, cucumber crunchies, in a sauce.
We watched a video the other day, and they were preparing a salad, and they were doing, they had a cucumber, and I was like, oh, okay, cucumber. And instead of slicing it, like you would do for, I'm going to say like a typical American house salad.
Like a chef salad?
They cut it down the middle, and then scooped out everything, and then cut it. So there was no...
sometimes the seed part is like too soft.
Yeah. And I get that. It was just, I don't think it was soft, it was just they wanted the outsides, and I was like, interesting. America has salads? Oh. A few, we have like a few. 300 Bits of Shy says, bag talk has unlocked a memory. Back in school, I'd sometimes forget my pencil case, so at some point I just carried my stuff in my hoodie sleeve. It was always funny to see the reactions when someone occasionally asks to borrow a pen and it pops out from your wrist like Ezio's hidden blade. That was pretty good. I have a hoodie now that has a pocket on the inside, and it's great. Because if I ever have a drink, it can go in there, and it's the perfect size to just hold a can or a bottle or something. Well, not a can. That's asking for trouble. But a bottle with a cap. I wish all of my hoodies said that. Let's see. The results of How Do You Thigh was screen to thigh, 80%. And then 20% camera to thigh. Okay. I'm curious if the 20% of you that do camera to thigh, if that's a purposeful decision, because in your mind you're like, it would be cheaper to replace the screen than to replace the camera module, or if it's just like, I'm not even really thinking about it, it's just like going in there. I'm also not sure it would be cheaper to replace the screen over the camera module. Circle Not Squared. I never think about the camera. Could be case dependent. And like that is a fair thought process. Is like the cameras are, one of the more expensive parts. Mm-hmm. But I've never scratched a camera. I've never destroyed a camera on a phone. So I'm just gonna keep doing the thing that I do since it seems to work.
Oh, that's not the right one. There he is. Ah.
I was watching what you're doing and I was like, what on earth are you doing?
Sorry, thought about him, wanted to see where he was.
He's in Japan. Have some beans. Yeah, we talked about it before, but just as a reminder, Chaz is back in Japan because he won the lottery to get into the Tokyo Marathon. You sign up for the Tokyo Marathon, there's like a 1% chance of getting in. He got in, and then he is there now to participate, which is really cool. It's kind of like a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
It's one of the big six.
Yeah, Sargonel Squared says, I hope his foot is okay. From what I understand, he's doing all right. He's not like at 100%.
Yeah.
And I know that because it's Chaz, I know he is very mad about that. But he's doing well enough that he is actually there and is going to be, running. So I'm excited. We had 500 bits from Haley92. Says, I just passed my first of 5 Dutch integration exams today with listening at a B1 level of Dutch. I will be getting results until the end of March, so I hope that I passed everything the first go-around. Good vibes.
Awesome.
Very, very cool. Nice. Excellent. Getting results until the end of March. So you got, well, I guess you said first of 5 integration exams. I hope that continues to go well. Although it sounds like you have a pretty good hold on it, so I think the other ones are going to go pretty well too. Things that
Shane, I wanted to go support Chaz, but I have some other things going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Things that people need to know is that tomorrow
It's Wednesday.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, I will be continuing to play Metroid Zero Mission. I've had so much fun with this game so far. It's been great. I defeated Kraid and Ridley, so I'm not really sure how much of the game is left. I assume I'll beat it tomorrow, but anytime I say that, I don't, so who knows exactly how much is left, but I'll be working on that tomorrow.
I have a painting out.
You have a painting out for auction.
Thursday.
Yeah, auction ends Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Friday morning at 11, you'll be working on your sapling painting.
Yep.
On your channel at 11 a.m. And then Friday night at 8 p.m., we will be, I think, finishing Tome.
Yeah, I think we'll be finishing Tome.
Yeah, we might, and if we don't, we'll probably run just like a little bit late to make sure that we finish it, so we don't have a weird, tiny stream next week. And then otherwise, there will be a vlog coming.
Today?
I probably won't release it today.
Okay.
Now that that I haven't gotten it out now. It'll probably either be tomorrow or Thursday, but it's a good one. It's it's a pretty long one too. But it's good. We get on a boat, but in the car.
Yeah. Twice?
Yeah, more than once.
Uh-huh.
She says, "Are you doing the post-game area for Tome?" Oh God! Don't tell me that. Don't tell me there's more. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh shoot! Oh, is it in my brain? Nope. Don't have it. I guess the vlog soon-ish in the next few days. If it's not out by breakfast stream on Thursday, then I'll just release it right after breakfast stream on Thursday. Yeah. Gosh, I wish I could remember thoughts. You know how useful that would be if you could like remember thoughts.
Yeah, it would be.
It'd be really, really great. Oh, wait. That was the thing I was going to say. Yes, birthday. That's what I was going to say. I was going to remind people who weren't here at the very beginning of the stream that we're doing birthday streamaganza, March 20th, 21st, and 22nd. That's what I was going to say. Put it on your calendar. It's going to be a 3-day long weekend.
Buy some cake.
Sure. 3-day long weekend of streaming. It's going to be a fun time. Missing No Leech says, do we know the times? It'll probably start in like the afternoon and go until the night each day.
Am I streaming that morning? I mean, I can and was planning to.
Yeah.
And then we could raid you?
Yeah, that seems fine. Like it'll probably, my assumption is it'll probably start at like 1-ish each day and go until about 10 or 11. Mm-hmm. So it'll be like pretty long days. And it'll be fun. We're going to be playing the library. Y'all will be able to like help decide what gets played. So, not a 72-hour marathon. I will sleep. I will sleep. That was the thing I was going to mention. I'm going to keep talking about that to make sure that people know that it's happening. And that's it.
That's it.
Okay, now we're done. I hope y'all have a wonderful Tuesday, and I hope I see some of you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for the continuation of Metroid Zero Mission. See you then.